Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we are diving deep into Erin Lowry's amazing book, Broke Millennial Takes on Investing. You know, if the whole idea of investing feels like you're trying to read a map in a totally different language, then you are in exactly the right place. We're going to use this book as our playbook to translate all that jargon and map out a real plan for your financial future. All right, let's just get right to it. The big question, the one that keeps so many of us just stuck. Should you even be thinking about investing when you're still trying to chip away at that mountain of debt like student loans? I know it's a huge source of anxiety, but it really doesn't have to be a roadblock. We're going to clear this up today and give you a solid framework to move forward. And let's be real for a second. It is so easy to feel like you're not ready or maybe not rich enough to start. I mean, you've got student loans. You've probably got an entry-level salary that doesn't leave a whole lot of wiggle room after you pay rent and bills. The whole thing can feel super overwhelming, kind of like there's this exclusive club and you just don't have the secret password to get in. But what if that feeling, that exact moment where you're thinking, I am not ready, is actually the perfect signal that it's time to start? Erin Lowry makes this amazing point that you, yes you, might be at the perfect stage to start planting the seeds that are going to grow into real wealth. The whole trick is just starting smart. Okay, so before you even think about jumping into the market, you need to make sure your own foundation is solid. The book has this brilliant metaphor for it, putting on your financial oxygen mask first. You know how on an airplane they tell you to secure your own mask before helping others? It's the same idea. You have to take care of your financial stability right now before you can effectively help your future self. I love how financial planner Douglas Bone puts it just so bluntly. You have to earn the right to invest. Now, this isn't about being wealthy. It's about being prepared. It means building a stable base so that when life throws you one of its inevitable curveballs, you're not forced to raid your investments at the worst possible time. So, how do you actually earn that right? Well, it boils down to this pre-investing checklist. First up, build an emergency fund. This is your safety net. Step 2, aggressively go after any high-interest debt. We're talking credit cards here because the interest you're paying is almost definitely way higher than any market return you could get. Third, make sure you're up to date on your student loan payments. And finally, educate yourself, which, hey, by being here, you're already doing, so you can go ahead and check that one off the list. All right, with our foundation getting stronger, it's time to get our map and compass. You know, investing has its own language, and just knowing a few key terms can turn all that confusion into real confidence. Let's just start with 3 essential terms that'll help you navigate the basics. First up, asset allocation. Okay, don't let the fancy name fool you. Just think of it like you're planting a garden. You're just deciding how much space you want to give to fast-growing stuff like stocks versus those slow, steady growers like bonds. It's all about balancing your investments to match your specific goals. Next is the absolute golden rule of investing, diversification. You've heard the saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And in the investing world, this is your #1 strategy for managing risk. To go back to our garden, it just means planting a bunch of different crops. That way, if a pest gets one of them, your whole harvest isn't ruined. Now this is your secret weapon for consistency. Instead of trying to time the market, which, let's be honest, is basically impossible, you just invest a set amount of money on a regular schedule, say $50 every single month. This automates everything and means you naturally buy more when prices are low and less when they're high. So simple, but so powerful.
If you are finding this video helpful, please make sure to hit that like button and share it with someone who this might help and be a benefit to their financial decision-makings. Your support means a lot to me and helps the channel grow, allowing the YouTube algorithm to show this content to a bigger crowd. More people can benefit from these ideas and hopefully improve their financial well-being.
Okay, so now that we've got some of the language down, we can finally go back and tackle that huge question: investing versus paying down student loans, but this time with a real strategy. The experts in the book give us this brilliantly simple way to make the decision, and it all comes down to this chart. Priority number 1, always, is to put enough into your company's 401k to get the full match. It's literally free money. After that, you look at your student loan interest rate. If it's above 5%, the expert advice is to really focus on paying that down. Why? Because the return is guaranteed. If your rate is below 5%, then you can start balancing paying down debt with investing more, since you'll likely earn more in the market over time than what you're losing in interest. So I'm going to say this again because it's that important. If you have an employer match, that is the single best return on your money you will ever get. All the experts agree. This is your very first move. No matter what your student loan interest rate is, do not leave free money on the table. Okay, so you've started investing. Awesome. But what happens when the market starts acting like a total roller coaster? Honestly, the biggest challenge for any investor isn't picking the right stocks. It's managing your own emotions. So let's talk about how to stay calm when the markets are anything but. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off right now. The market will go down. It's not a possibility. It is a certainty. These downturns and corrections are a totally normal, predictable part of the cycle. Just knowing that and accepting it is the first big step to not panicking when it happens. And here is the crucial piece of information you need to hold on to stop that panic. As Carrie Schwab Palmer says, over the long term, the market outperforms bonds and cash. History shows us over and over again that even though markets get volatile, their overall trend is upwards. The key words you got to remember are long-term. And that brings us to your single greatest asset as a young investor: time. You've got decades ahead of you. This long time horizon is your superpower. It means you can ride out the ups and downs, wait for the market to recover, and let that magic of compound interest do its thing. Wealth is built over decades, not days. Okay, we've covered a ton of ground, right? From building a solid foundation to understanding the emotional side of all this. So let's pull everything together into a simple, straightforward game plan you can use. Here it is, just 4 simple rules. 1. Put on your financial oxygen mask first. Build that emergency fund. Pay down that high-interest debt. 2. Start early and put it on autopilot. Let compound interest and dollar-cost averaging do all the heavy lifting for you. 3. Diversify. Seriously, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And 4. Play the long game. Your biggest advantage is time, so use it, and don't panic when things get shaky. So, you now have the basic map to start your own investing journey. You get the language, you can see the path forward. The only question left is this: what is the first small, totally doable step you're going to take?
Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching. I'm Finance Puppy, and here's to a better financial tomorrow. Cheers!